Wait till it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
No gain on this defense. No gain. Hey.
53's the mine.
Hey, Foxtrot.
I'm coming after you.
Deep rip.
On the ground, this is TJ Yeldon. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's get that ball right here. Shift.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Mike, 53. Mike. I got it.
Hey, wahoo.
And that'll set him back 5.
Set up. 60 outlaw.
Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Ready.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
Ready.
No yardage.
Okay.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
36 to Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Mike, 36. Mike, 36.
Okay, double up.
Hey, go.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And Tate's got it. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm scared. Kill.
Protein spill.
Check 13.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now TJ Yeldon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the carry, here's Clement. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They run it from the gun with Yeldon. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Tannehill gives to Yeldon on the draw. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Let's make these babies grow. Here we go, 50.
Throwing his line. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Ready!
I'm going back to you.
11.
Now a first down throw. Luck. He's got it to Hilton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down, Colts.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Back at the 47-yard line.
52's the mic. I got it.
11 speed. 52.
Hey, seam 6.
Now on 2nd and 13. Luck. They'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. 22 yards there, a first down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
And this is taken in at the 5. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
No, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He completes it to Jones. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Come on,
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check, cross, 5. Get it.
They'll run with Yeldon. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Ready up.
Mike, 53.
Hey, shoot.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Darius Leonard gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. To throw is Tannehill. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Bravo.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, watch the slant. 58's the money. 58's the money. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. 58's the Mike, 58. 58's the Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Watch Twins. Watch Twins. Bang, bang.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Love. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Love. Complete to Hilton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
First down, Colts.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. Again, Love. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Check. Monday. You got touch. General West. You got touch. Close.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. Catch made here by Campbell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They run with Hines. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Check out. 90. Come, baby. Woo!
3rd and long. It's Locke. Under pressure, and down he goes. Locke is sacked. Ed Oliver with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Back deep, Golden Tate. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
53.
On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Tannehill. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Check out. 622.
On 1st down, Hines. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's it, baby.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Hines. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
Check 43.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line 40. Tight down. There you go.
On first down, Hines. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
674.
You can't block me.
Arriving.
58, Mike.
Watch the run.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Brings up 3rd down.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
They come out here in the eye.
Don't get nervous. Kill.
Let's go, Mexico.
Slam.
Based on travel.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. This is Hines. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Kill.
Now it's Hines. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
Hilton, the lone receiver right. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal.
Check. Motion to backfield. 49, guys.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
53, Mike.
Ready?
Second and 10, Tannehill once more. He's going to wind up and air it out. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
53 is mine. Hey, I'm coming after you. Go. 53 is mine. 53. Check 53.
Man, I got you.
Get it.
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete as well. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
80 weapon. Check 99.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10 to throw his line. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacked.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. A shotgun snap for Love. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Check out. 675. Here we go.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
He can't hang.
From the gun on 3rd down, Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, we know this this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
61, matchbox, white.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Luck now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Out of the gun, Luck. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Again, it's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. They'll give Yeldon another crack. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Know your job. Mike 36. Mike 36. Hey, defense, let's go. Let's go.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And Elliott puts this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Luck. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 25-yard line. Now it's Luck. That one into the hands of Kane. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To the air again, Luck. Campbell making the catch. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Throwing his Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it, and the Colts pick it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field to start this drive?
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Get hot.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long.
53's the mic.
Hey, wahoo!
Hey, check, check. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I want that. Give me that ball.
Now.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Here we go.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there, as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Hines, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And a give this time to the tailback. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking...
And he's brought, and it's a Colt touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Tannehill. That one complete to Yeldon. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Ready. 8, read. Cut.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Danielle Hunter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Bills on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Tannehill. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick.
The Colts take over 1st and 10. Let's go! At their own 36-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Push him back.
They run again with Hines. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, B. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Tighten up. Come on. Slam. Check the hot read.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Spinning past him, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. And they have the football and will take over at the the 24-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Go, go, go.
They'll run with the former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They run again with Wilkins. And able to work his way down to the 16. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch 13.
On third down, Wilkins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with fourth down and a yard. Bailey's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Hey, seam 6.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Bills on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. On first down, it's Tannehill. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run with Clement. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bills get a bit closer. So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2. Here's Tannehill. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Check out. 180. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a give right side. It's Wilkins. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.